Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel. We got some big stories today in the transfer market. So starting off at Feyenoord and with Santiago Gimenez, the striker. So Gimenez has lots of interest from several clubs in Europe, and one of them teams is AC Milan, and AC Milan tried to sign Santiago Gimenez last summer as he was on as one of the top targets for a new striker last summer, but the deal was considered too expensive. So Gimenez has been on the list for AC Milan since last summer, and they have long-term interest in the striker Santiago Gimenez. But at the moment, from what I've been told, is that Santiago Gimenez and AC Milan is not expected to happen in January. So AC Milan are looking for a new forward. The new forward will likely depend on the outgoing of Noah Okafor, so then they can bring in players. Marcus Rashford has been mentioned, but it's a tough deal to get done because of the wages, and so is Santiago Gimenez. And the interest is definitely there for Gimenez, but it's about the fee, and the fee is one that is considered too expensive in the January window. So the long-term interest is there from AC Milan. And what is Feyenoord's stance on this for other clubs who are interested and linked with Santiago Gimenez? So Feyenoord's stance is that Gimenez is not for sale in the January transfer window, as Feyenoord want to keep all of the best players until the end of the season. So David Hanko as well is a player who's on the list of Juventus, but Feyenoord will not let a sale go because they want to keep the best players. And next summer, teams are expected to attack the transfer of Gimenez and David Hanko. So next summer, for me, them two will likely leave. And from both players' perspectives, they don't have a preference of what league. So we know many players have a preference that they want to go to the Premier League because there is interest there. As you know, Nottingham Forest have interest in Gimenez, and also teams have interest in David Hanko, but there's no preference. But for next summer, the price valuation of Santiago Gimenez is around 40 million euros. So quite a reasonable fee. Obviously, last summer, the fee was higher than that. They were asking for about 55 million euros in that region. So Santiago Gimenez next summer, one to watch. Nottingham Forest. So we've got two stories on Forest here. And that, first of all, we're starting off with Johan Wissa. And Nottingham Forest have had a bid rejected for 22 million for Johan Wissa. And a few things with this. The bid will not be accepted. This is a definite, and there's a few reasons, because he is significantly below Brentford's valuation of the player. So Brentford want around 40 to 50 million from what I know for the player. So the bid will not be accepted because of that reason. And also, I spoke about it in a previous video, Brentford are not expecting anyone to leave in January or to join, apart from Mikhail Coyote. So Coyote is a player who they are close to signing due to Rorislev getting closer to signing for Wolfsburg. So Brian Mbeumo, though, and Johan Wissa will not leave Brentford in January. And Johan Wissa is one of Nottingham Forest's top targets, and they have been interested in Wissa since the summer. So sticking with Nottingham Forest now, and the young centre-back, one of the best centre-backs I've seen this season, in my opinion, and that is Murillo. So Murillo has interest from top clubs. Chelsea have him as a name on the list, and have done since last summer. Liverpool have interest in the player as a potential Van Dijk replacement when he does leave. And also Real Madrid have sent scouts to watch the player before. So the top clubs in Europe are interested in Murillo, but Nottingham Forest stance has always been 100 million for the player. And Murillo has got a great relationship with Nottingham Forest, the fans, the owners, and also the manager and his teammates. So Murillo is very happy at Nottingham Forest, and he sees Forest currently as the best place for his development. So that is why he is set to sign a new 4-year contract. So his new contract will be valid until June 2029. So a big one there for Nottingham Forest. New 4-year deal there. So big one. Very good centre-back, and one who is set for me to be a big transfer in the future. Also sticking on contracts and this type of thing. So the crazy saga of Alphonso Davies and Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. So this one has been up and down, because it was Alphonso Davies will join Real Madrid, then he'll sign a new contract, then he'll join Real Madrid, then it will be a new contract, and so on and so on. But now, finally, he is set to sign a new contract with Bayern Munich, extending his contract until 2030. So for the left-back position, he was Real Madrid's top target in the summer. We know Real Madrid in the summer are looking at left-backs and right-backs, with Trent Alexander-Arnold being the right-back top target. Also, they'll go for a new midfielder, but Davies, Real Madrid are likely now to miss out on. And Davies' new contract, he will earn around 12.6 million gross per year. So a big wage increase there for Davies. And negotiations a few months ago were focused on a deal until 2029. So Bayern and Davies were looking at extending until 2029, but he is now expected to sign for a further year until 2030. So that one, very close there, and that could trigger the Jamal Musiala contract. But with the Musiala one, there is an expected release clause to be there. Alejandro Garnacho now at Manchester United. So what is going on there? So Napoli now are really pushing for the signing of Garnacho. As I spoke about a week ago about Napoli's interest as a Kvaratskhelia replacement, and now Napoli are pushing for the deal. And this interest has been pushed solely by Antonio Conte. So Antonio Conte has driven the move for Garnacho by Juventus. And there has been a phone call between Garnacho and Conte. But as we know, Napoli are not the only team left in it. And with Napoli, obviously, this Manchester United want around 70 million euros, which that is virtually most of the fee of what they got from Kvaratskhelia, who went to Napoli. So there we are, but the door is looking more open to a Garnacho exit in January, because there is another team who we've talked about before, and that is Chelsea. And Chelsea are considering a bid for Garnacho, because they've another team where Garnacho's agent has had talks with Chelsea, and they are considering making a bid Chelsea in January. And last night, as we saw, Garnacho's agent was actually at the Chelsea-Wolves game last night. So he was in attendance, where it was expected talks went on between Chelsea and Garnacho's agent over a potential deal. So as I've just said, it's looking more and more open for Garnacho to leave in January. But that 70 million euro fee is likely what Manchester United want. And so far, from what I know, no bid has been sent between Napoli or Chelsea. So there's rumours about 2 bids being sent from Napoli. From what I know, there's no bid yet from either club. So Manchester United's point of view as well in this one is Manchester United are not actively looking to sell Garnacho. But if that fee comes in and that bid, they will likely accept it. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.